time is 8:47.
Mhm.
Good morning and welcome to the Black Mesa Transit System. This automated train is provided for the security and convenience of the Black Mesa Research Facility personnel. The time is 8:47 a.m. Current topside temperature is 93 degrees, with an estimated high of 105. The Black Mesa compound is maintained at a pleasant 68 degrees at all times.
Hi. So I am playing Half-Life today. It's been a while since I've
This
done
train
a
is
Let's Play
inbound
actually,
from level
but
3
um
dormitories to
that's
Sector
because
C
I have
test
lived with my
labs and
dad, and I
control
still am living
facilities.
with my dad right now because I got kicked out of
Your
my apartment.
destination is a high
It
security
wasn't really my
building
fault. It was
beyond
my
Sector
roommate,
C.
but I don't want to get
You
too
will
far
need
into the
to
details.
return to the central transit hall
Mostly because
in
I think he watches
level
this.
9
Um,
and board a high security train.
but there's a lot of
If you have not yet submitted
recordings and
your
stuff that I just
identity
haven't
to the
gotten to.
retinal
I don't
clearance
know.
system,
I find the editing
you must report
unfun,
to
and I only
Black
really do
Mesa
this for the fun.
personnel for
You know,
processing
viewers are nice.
before you will be
But at the end of the day,
permitted
I'm just
into the
recording
high
myself
security
gaming.
branch of the transit
Um,
system.
but I'm not in a great spot right now. I've noticed that I do that for some reason. Recording myself playing games is my like go-to thing
Due to the high
whenever
toxicity of
I'm
material routinely
not in a
handled
good
in the
spot.
Black
I
Mesa
guess in a way this
compound,
is my replacement for a
no
diary where I
smoking,
can just kind of like
eating,
talk about my
or
life.
drinking are permitted
Um,
within the Black
but
Mesa
there is a lot of
transit
stress
system.
I'm under, and I figured this is the kind of game I can talk about it.
Please keep your limbs inside
Talk
the
about
train at
that
all
stuff while
times.
I play it kind of
Do not
mindlessly because
attempt to open the doors
I know
until
as
the
much as
train
this
has
saying
come
is
to a
think,
complete
shoot,
halt
run,
at the station
whatever.
platform.
Uh,
In
this
the
is a
event
game that
of
I've
an
played enough that I
emergency,
can just go through it
passengers are to remain
while talking
seated
about stuff.
and await further
Um,
instruction. If it
I
is
don't know.
necessary to
I'm
evacuate,
nervous. I got a new job I'm
disabled
going to tomorrow.
personnel
I've been
should
living in
be
my dad's basement
evacuated
for
first.
a month
Please
now. I
stay
only thought I
away
was gonna
from
be here for like 2
electrified
weeks because I
rails
was gonna
and
move into this new
proceed to
apartment.
the
But that
emergency
place
station
is
until
a wreck
assistance
because
arrives.
the person who lived there before, he's left it disgusting, and the landlord doesn't seem to really care enough about fixing it. And it's been like half a month since I paid my first month's rent, and I'm not even in there yet. And he hasn't cared enough to like make sure that it meets proper standards, like his half the obligation of being a landlord. Just frustrating. And yeah, I got this new job tomorrow, which I'm really worried about. I'm working at Chipotle, and I'm scared because I have this issue with my feet, where my feet get itchy. Um, my whole body gets itchy, but my feet have it the worst.
A
And
reminder that
an
the Black
issue is that
Mesa Hazard
the soles of
Course
my feet are really thick,
decathlon will
so I can't just
commence
scratch
this
them with my
evening at
fingers like everything else. I had this like
1900
folded metal
hours
bottle
in the
cap
Level 3
that I
facility.
use
The
to get through the thick,
semi-autos
thick
are
soles of my feet,
assigned
and that
personnel
can be an issue, you know, from working in
in
a
a separate
restaurant.
secure
Um,
access
it
transition.
hasn't been the kind of thing to get me in
Meanwhile,
trouble at a
your
restaurant
lives
because
and
I
your
just
own
wash my
may
hands
depend
immediately.
on your
Um,
fitness.
but running back and forth between
Do
the
you have a friend or
sink all the time
relative
causes
who would make a
issues.
valuable
Um,
addition to the Black Mesa team?
I was gonna see a doctor about it,
Immediate
and then I just
openings
never
are
did.
available in the areas of
I don't know. I'm fucking
materials
lazy and
handling
stupid, and
and low
I'm
clearance
not sure if my
security.
insurance is
Please
still like a
contact
thing.
Black Mesa
My dad signed
personnel
me up
for
for insurance
further
in the state, and
information.
apparently it only lasts until you're
If
21,
you have an
according to some other
associated
people. But
background
I don't
in
really have any
hazardous
details on it besides the fact that I physically have a
hazardous
card.
high technology,
Not sure
or
why,
other
like
high
what,
practice
how to
needs,
even check.
please contact our
Um,
civilian recruitment division. The Black
my
Mesa
girlfriend moved out to
Research
college.
Facility is an
I don't know. I
educational
uploaded
training
the episode 2 of the Sonic Let's Play, Sonic Adventure Let's Play, but that was recorded the day after I recorded the
A
first one.
reminder to
Like
all
I said,
Black
there's a lot of
Mesa
editing stuff I
personnel,
just never got to. I recorded,
regular
oh man, I
radiation
had an
and
energy drink review
biohazard
series
screenings are
years
a
ago
requirement
that
of
she was part of,
continued
and
employment in the Black Mesa Research
there's a
Facility.
bunch of videos that we
Missing
recorded
a
this
scheduled
haven't been
urinalysis
edited
or
together because I had
radiation
a very
checkup
specific
is
editing
grounds
style,
for
and like
immediate termination.
you know, it was
If you feel
very
you have been
snappy and it took a
exposed to
lot of time.
radioactive or other
Um,
hazardous materials in the course of your
I don't know.
duties,
It's literally been years. It
contact
was
your
like when COVID
radiation
first started,
safety officer
and I was
immediately.
skinny.
Work
I'm fat as
safe.
fuck now too.
Work smart. Your
That's kind
future
of part of why I
depends
use the
on it.
avatar. Also because you know the camera
Now
takes away from
arriving
my
at
computer's
Sector
processing
C
power
test labs
in a way
and
that the
control
VTuber doesn't.
control
And let me actually check. Okay, the video is recording. Um, and I want to lose weight, and
Please
I
stand back from the automated door
I'm
and
trying
wait for the
keto.
security
I
officer
tried it
to
for like a week,
verify
and then
your
Thanksgiving, not
identity.
Thanksgiving.
Before exiting the train,
Thanksgiving's ammunition
be
too.
sure to check
Halloween
your
happened,
area for personal
and
belongings.
I
Thank
took
you,
a break for
and
Halloween.
have
So
a
Halloween's
very
my favorite
safe
holiday,
and productive
and
day.
that day break for
Hi,
Halloween
Mr.
became a
Freeman.
week and a
Looks
half,
like you're running late.
and I'm trying to get back on it now. The thing is, it's hard. I mean, it's hard to find food that's low in carbs or has no carbs, preferably, and you know, for sugar as well. Um, sorry, I'm recording this like 4 in the morning. It's hard to find those kinds of foods, but also it's hard for me not to eat sugars and stuff. Really, I'm addicted to sweets, and as someone who doesn't find a lot of satisfaction in anything else in their life, I do give in to pleasures of the flesh, you know, food, and crippling masturbation addiction that I can't fix by just having sex because not enough people find me hot, and my girlfriend is in college, and I only get to see her like once a month. You know, there's the issue of not having many friends or community. She's kind of all I got, and now she's gone for college, and I see her, like I said, once a month.
Hey, Mr. Freeman. I
That's
had a bunch of messages for you, but we had a
that's
system crash about 20 minutes ago, and I'm still
it's
cleaning
hard.
up
I
on
don't
a
know.
few
I know I'm
files.
not starving. I
One
know
of
I'm
those
not
days, I guess.
Get away
on
from
the
You
there,
were having
streets,
some
Freeman.
but
problems with running late.
How are you doing?
um, you know, still hard. But that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this. You know, I have fun playing games and parasocial relationships. Except this time, the Let's Player is the one who's got the parasocial
My
relationship.
God,
I'm
what
gonna
are you
pretend there's
doing?
people watching. Nobody ever watches the big
You'll
long
just
Let's
have
Plays,
to
but
wait until
I'm gonna
after
pretend there's
the
someone
test.
watching. And
It's good to see you.
I didn't know the buttons on these machines are actually pushed in whenever you pressed it. And someone that I can talk to, you know, because I don't really have enough people to talk to for real. Um,
Hello, Gordon Freeman. It's good to see you.
hello, Dr. Boomer. Um, I wonder if they're really sitting or if they're just standing there. I want to find out.
Freeman?
They really are sitting there. Oh, it's like the desk animation. That makes sense. Um, but as someone who doesn't have much else to satisfy them in life, food is a part of that. You know what I mean? You know, the pleasures of the flesh, as I said, the senses. It's it, you know, I'm eating this food that you know, it sounds fun. You know, oh, it's a diet where you can eat fat and meat. Oh, yay! But for me,
True, sir.
it's mostly
Looks
just
like you're in
chicken
the barrel today.
and
No,
pork rinds
Now, where did I
and
see
Coke
that
Zero
down for
or
formation?
Pepsi Max, not Pepsi Max, whatever the zero sugar Pepsi is called. Um, and the zero sugar sodas, they taste the same, right? Like on my tongue, but there is like a chemical high almost. High isn't the right word, but no, there, yeah, honestly, there's the kind of buzz that you just don't get from artificial sweeteners. And those artificial sweeteners, like I said, they at least actually taste like sugar. So many artificial sweeteners just straight up don't. Like my dad used to have this one at our house that it was like a fake powdered sugar thing. Not powdered. It was like weird tiny crystals. You could feel them like crunching around in your mouth like a powder, yeah. Um, but it tasted like soap. It literally tasted like soap, and it was better just to have water at that point. But you know, zero sugar sodas have pretty much figured it out.
Here you are.
There
We
is
just
the
sent
issue
the
of like
sample down to
Coke
the
Zero
test
used to be
chamber.
great, and now it's they changed the formula. Now it's Coke Zero Sugar, which is something totally different. Doesn't taste the same. Coke Zero used to taste.
I gather they went to some lengths to get it.
They're waiting for you, Gordon, in the test chamber.
In the test chamber. Coke Zero Sugar tastes just like Diet Coke now, where Coke Zero used to have its own flavor. And it kind of makes you sad, 'cause first off, it was my favorite drink, and it's been years, so at this point, all of the original Coke Zeros are expired.
It's about to go critical.
And also, as dumb as it sounds, I like Scott Pilgrim, and Scott had a weird association with Coke Zero in the movies that I really liked, which also, you know, Zero, because all the number themes, and he's the newest. He's Ramona's boyfriend, not her ex, so he's her zeroth ex, I guess, in a way. But yeah, it can be difficult doing that. I don't know if my body ever entered ketosis, because like I said, I did it for like a week, and now I'm gonna do it until Thanksgiving, which is like 2 weeks away.
With good reason.
Because
This is a rare opportunity.
goddamn, I want that Thanksgiving feast. I love that Thanksgiving feast, you know?
Can't you
I
get
don't have
across
anything else in my life that gives me satisfaction. Every day I'm waking up and I try to go online to do stuff, but it's not.
Although I will admit that the possibility
It's
of a reckless
entertainment, but
test
it's not
tube
like
scenario
satisfaction
is
in life. And when you don't have satisfaction in life, you know, whenever you're just I'm not just surviving, but I'm not happy with my life. You know what I mean?
Yes, you're
I wouldn't say
right.
depressed,
Gordon,
because I'm
we have
capable of
complete
feeling happy. I'm
confidence
not
in
like
you.
clinically depressed.
Go ahead.
Um,
Let him in now.
you know, I wake up, I go to my job, I come home, I scroll on my computer for hours and hours. I play video games. They're fun in the moment, but I don't have. I have art projects that no one cares about. You know, I'm not satisfied in the fact that I feel like I'm creating something that's meaningful for people. Don't got you know, friends that I can really hang out with anymore, because my roommate that got me kicked out was my best friend, and I cut him out because, you know, he didn't give a shit about the way his lifestyle was affecting me, and so I had to cut him off for that. He still views my Instagram stories for some reason, even though I removed him as a follower. I don't know if he's like looking if I'm talking shit about him. This right here is about the most shit I've talked about him publicly, and none of what I'm saying I think he would even not reject, disagree with. I miss him too, but no matter how much I miss him, I still have standards for how people need to treat me, and I don't think if I started hanging out with him again that it would be any different. You know, I keep remembering fun things we used to do together, because he was one of the few people that really got me. Like him and my other best friend, Victor, who is off at the Ren Fair now, and who knows when he'll be back. Um, they they were the only ones that really felt like they got me, because they were the kind of people that I could make edgy jokes around, and they weren't actual bigots. You know what I mean? They were the kind of people where we had inside jokes. My personality, they understood that I was kind of a sensitive guy, but I wasn't like a total pussy. You know, we had a history, we had common interests, but I don't know, eventually those common interests gave way to just, at least for my roommate, just partying and smoking and drinking all the time. There were other people in his life that were super toxic and always caused drama and were super loud, or got aggressive when they were drunk, or cheated, or all this shit that I didn't want to deal with, because I like screw that. Like, people that are like that, they don't deserve your time, but you kept giving them their time. Like, he wasn't the issue. His lack of ability to cut people off was the issue. I do have the ability to cut people off. It sucks. It sucks to do that sometimes. You know what I mean? In the same way, I guess. Great. Oh, great. It's looping back around metaphor here. In the same way that it sucks to be on a diet. You know what I mean? I'm missing something, but it's better for me in the future. The difference is that for human beings, you can go deficit on a couple of nutrients and be fine. In fact, you'll be healthier. But goddamn, the most important nutrient of all for humans is social belonging. I feel like I should have been teleported to a bunch of places and seen some crazy stuff there. But... Okay, there we go. Weird that they don't attack you in this intro. It makes me wonder if they see you at all. Let me check in, make sure the audio is recording me. Okay, it is. Good. Sorry, sometimes it has an issue with that. But yeah, here I am now, recording games. I don't know. The thing is, it's also, as far as the diet goes, I know it's gonna take forever. And I'm worried I'm not, like, I don't know. It's also like, am I gonna be able to find foods I enjoy? And then cooking, because I actually have to cook now. There's not a lot of foods that are low in low in carbs and sugar that are just plop it in the microwave. But also, like, I only have so much time in the day. I spend 7 hours plus, transportation at work, and then it's not really 8 hours of work, 8 hours of leisure. It's like, for most people, it's like 8 hours of work and like 2 to 3 hours of leisure because you got shit you got to do. You got errands, you got and so cooking it takes a process of eating a meal from a 20-minute to half-hour process from the moment where I say I'm hungry and the moment I finish eating to a 45-minute, hour-long process depending on what I'm cooking. I went to the store today. I went to the Dollar General by my dad's house and got some stuff, but that consisted mostly of like plain unseasoned chicken, which stuff you like stops being good after a couple of times. After a while it's same shit. And broccoli. And even then, I've heard broccoli is not actually that good for you. It's just kind of my go-to vegetable. And I don't know how smart of an I understand the science behind keto, which is that your body starts burning fat for fuel instead of carbs. But I'm not sure my body ever entered ketosis. And if that's the case, if my body is not burning fat just on the regular, all I'm doing is eating fat and becoming fat then. Just instead of carbs making me fat, it's fat making me fat, right? I need to exercise more, and I know kitchens are more fast-paced jobs. I've worked in kitchens before, but then, like, they're not that fast-paced that I'm gonna be burning fat. I worked at Texas Roadhouse for a bit as a dishwasher. I rarely ever actually washed the dishes, like, in the pit. I was more the guy that carried them around the kitchen, and that was a workout. That really got you tired by the end of the night, and that was actually really useful for me because while it was a workout, it wasn't the kind of thing where I was still able to do shit the next day. You know what I mean? And it wasn't the kind of thing where I would just skip days because I hated the physical activity of it. I mean, I skipped days, I won't lie, but it wasn't because of the physical activity of it. But everything else about that job sucked. Like, it was run like a straight up old school 19th century factory with the manager sitting there looking at us all through cameras and like using the loudspeaker to command us and shit. And adult workers only got breaks whenever they had double shift, whenever they worked 16 hours straight, and not when they had, not whenever they had 8 hours working. And hello?
I certainly hope you know what you're doing.
Gonna follow me? Okay. And the kids got a half-hour break. The teenagers got a half-hour break. They worked 8-hour shifts. But like, a fucking an adult should get a break too. And there was some anti-union shit going on. Like he talked. I think we weren't allowed to have a union there. My colorful hair, my pink hair, was an issue. Luckily, it was short enough I could cover it in a cap. But if it was longer, like it is now, they said it would have had to be a natural color. Which, yeah, ha ha ha. No thanks, buddy. I'll wear your uniform, but the way I look is, the skin and the hair. That's just what it is. Because I have a life outside of work. That's fucking stupid. You know what I mean? As long as I'm able to do the job, but, Texas Roadhouse got to keep that good old conservative Texas bullshit. Oh, Fuck. I do this every time. I didn't die. Okay. Did I just kill myself to get the health back? I probably should. I'm going to. And we weren't allowed to talk about our pay either, which, God, I've changed a lot since then and become very pro-worker, leftist type dude. That is sketchy as fuck, and you are legally allowed to talk about your salary with your other workers, you know, specifically because they could easily just have like unfair wages where one person who's doing the exact same job or you know gets paid less or more for whatever reason. But yeah, I'm at the point now where I think every job should be unionized. It's pretty much only a benefit. I mean, there's examples of bad shit happening, but you know, democracy is a goal of mine. Just you know, workplace democracy included. So that job fucking sucked. And there was also this one manager who was the son of the guy that owned the place, and he did this weird thing where he went back and forth between being cool and nice and like a coworker friend and being really weirdly controlling and like aggressive.
Power 20%.
And I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit.
5%.
But yeah, that place sucked. But it was cool lifting stuff, and I almost applied for UPS. But there was issues with ooh, there was issues with the website where I couldn't like apply for some reason. Um, that probably would have been too much for me though because the like first you know they had a video on the website that was basically like a pre-employee training video where they basically tried their best to convince people not to work there by talking about how hard it is. Like it's not just like the kind of workplace that gets you know that's a physical, fast-paced thing. They basically said it was gonna be hell. It's like okay, way to get people to want to work there. Um, and I was gonna when I did apply for Chipotle, there was a couple of papers I had to fill out, and one of which I wasn't able to fill out. There was a thing where they wanted us to agree to an arbitration deal where we just couldn't take them to court if something went wrong. Again, big red flag. Do not let your jobs do this. Do not let them take your rights away. You know, don't let them. You need to be able to hold them accountable, and if you want to organize, you should be able to. Um, if you ever have the option, fight, you know, to not let them take these things away from you. Um, but there was an option to opt out. There was an opt out form, but when I tried to click on the opt out form, it said it wasn't available. Like not that I wasn't allowed to. Not that I wasn't allowed to use it, but like it was like a Microsoft OneDrive thing, and there was some reason I couldn't access it. I tried to email the the manager that I talked to before, and she said, "Oh, well, you don't really gotta sign any of that. It's whatever, as long as we got your like social and payment info." And it's like, okay, so what happens if my rights are violated in the workplace? Can I sue them? I didn't sign an arbitration agreement, but I also didn't sign the opt out. So what happens? What happens realistically is probably the people that work there also get in trouble for fucking up that. But hopefully, I'll never have to know what happens. But you know, it's still important because your boss, your job is not your friend. Your workplace is not a family. It's not a bunch of people to hang out with. It is your workplace, and they're gonna try to exploit you. That's how our system works, and it's not good. But you know, if you have the ability to fight back, if you know, try to hold on to that. And it's kind of hopeless as well how much the world exploits us, and you know, we're in a world ruled by fucking vampires, metaphorical vampires, but you know, a bunch of people get rich off of your work. You don't generally make enough, and people that do make enough have to break their backs and work way too much. I don't know. Everyone else, not everyone else. My dad seems fine with it, but a 40-hour work week is so fucking much. You know, that's the majority of the days of your life are spent working, and too much. You know what I mean? I have to do what I have to do to survive, but I'm gonna hate my life. Um, Luckily, this new job is 4 days a week, which is fine. I can handle it, but I don't know, man. 4 days a week. It's 7 hours, which is also good. I don't know. Maybe I'm lazy, whatever. But oh yeah, they had it worse back in the 19th century, fucking child steel mills. Okay, so what? We can't have progress. You know what I mean? We can't move towards a better society. The ideal world is one in where people have to do the least amount of work. You know, the goal is the most productivity, the least amount of work, the most time to be happy with your life. Because, you know, once survival is off the table, improving quality of life is the big deal. But it goes beyond just work. Work's definitely a big part of it. But, like, you know, our politicians are fucking bribed. Our democracy, for the most part, doesn't exist. You know, and I don't know. I'm such a doomer. I don't want to get into my super extremist ideology on a fucking Let's Play. At least not a solo Let's Play. I like being able to bounce off of people. I like being able to bounce off people in general. This solo thing is, well, this is more of a big rambling podcast with gameplay over top of it than it is a proper Let's Play. Weird that that alien knows where the grenade is, though, enough to run away from it. At least being the first one, I'm sure they'd figure it out after a while. Nice. But yeah, it's nice to be able to talk and hopefully have people listen. But who wants to listen into a Let's Play about a dude who's venting all of his frustrations with the world, right? You want lay funnies like One plays. Zach Hadel One plays. Can we just agree that Zach is like Zach's the reason I watch One plays? Like, I rarely watch a video on that channel without him, and I'm sorry if that makes Chris feel bad, but I don't know. Chris and most of his friends are kind of interchangeable. It's Zach and Tomar are really they really make it. How do I? Okay, Zach and Tomar really make it. You know what I mean? It's got two different exits. It's kind of weird. I guess so you can shoot that zombie. That exit. Oh, that's not even water now. Great. Cool. Loading screens. They could have done the. I guess Spyro came after this. I know that Spyro like innovated the whole load in and out as you're moving thing. It might have been too much for Valve. They're not even on the cutting edge anymore. But it's actually what I find funny because he does the kind of comedy that I wish I could do, but I'm not charismatic enough to do it. You know, he can be edgy, be political, but he can also just be silly. You know what I mean? the Tomar. God, I need to come up with some jokes. Solo Let's Playing is fucking weird and hard. I don't know why this. Solo Let's Playing was a content farm thing back in the 2010s. R.I.P. Tobuscus Turner. R.I.P. Gay Buscus. But yeah, cause I'm not able to do the kind of comedy I like. You know what I mean? There is like the Zach Hagel or Hadel or whatever his fucking name is style of comedy, but I also like sort of the dry British humor. The kind of thing where it's not necessarily something the person is saying that's funny. It's not like a hoo-ah, ah, ha, ha, ha. It's more like a, you know, he slips it in. Oh man, that's a lot of my fucking health. Goddamn. Let's just finish myself off. I think the Spy from TF2's expiration date video is a good example of that kind of thing I like. It is a very British style of humor, but I can't do that very well. You know what I mean? The sort of pun-based, but not the kind of pun that you're like a fucking Matt Pat. I, eh, eh, eh. You know, not like the you have to stop and nudge everyone to let them know you made a pun. I like the kind of jokes where if you don't get it, you don't even know there's a joke that was made. You know, intelligence-based humor instead of charisma-based humor, but I can't do it. I I had a comedy webcomic for a while called Hellbound, and it wasn't good. It was just Family Guy tier jokes that usually amounted to, haha, sex, haha, violence. You know, I mean, what if late angels, you know, angels, those beings that are supposed to be pure and holy? Oh, I'm covering up the ammo count here. Let me put myself here. What if late angels were actually bad? Haha, funny. So I moved on to a more action adventure comic.
Major friction detected.
One thing I like, Half-Life 1 is so much better than Half-Life 2. Like, the graphics aren't as good, but I like the gameplay. You get situations like this, where there's like, you get situations like this where there's like 3 different ways to beat a section. I used to climb up the side of this, you know, surfing, breaking the system. I jumped that time. This is how most people do it, I think. God damn. And it's more of just a straightforward shooter. I think that if Half-Life 2 wanted to be like Half-Life 1, it would have been more like tactical based, you know what I mean? More about, you know, how you can flush out Marines using grenades, how they use grenades to flush you out, how um, you know, there's apparently certain enemies have like smell in this, they can smell rotten flesh. Uh, but Half-Life 2 cared about, you know, starting the trend of video games become fucking movies. Yeah, that's whatever. I heard that, oh fuck, I forget the name of the game. There was a game that I heard that was like basically like, you know, what Half-Life 2 should have been. It was like a horror kind of game, but it was like a shooter as well. I think it had bullet time, but other than that, it was very like realistic in the sense that the AI had like personality and they would like run if they were scared of you, and they would use strategy. It seemed really cool. If anyone knows what it is, please tell me in the comments. Um, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I can't do that kind of comedy. The comedy in my new comic, Kill All Boneheads, that is in there. You know, it's not a comedy. It has jokes in there every once in a while. It,
Major friction detected.
was there a health pack back here? There was, right? Oh, the comedy that is in Kill All Boneheads is more of double entendres and background gags. Like there's this character that can shoot fire that's chasing the main character, and she gets it on a background character, and he's burnt in the next page. That's it. That's the joke. And then that character comes back with scars all over his face the next time you see him. It's a whole thing. Um, Again, if you're not paying attention, you don't even notice anything being done. I've had some people though say they find it funny, which is frustrating because the majority of that comic is not funny, or not intentionally funny. So what are they laughing at? Are they laughing at my hard work? You know, that's kind of sus. That's kind of frustrating. Ooh, office complex. I don't really need to shoot that many. The electric gets them. So one sec, I'll be right back. I need to plug in my phone. Charge a phone, eat hot chip, and fucking lie. Kids these days, girls these days. Hey everybody, I'm back. It's me, Nagasaki. Man, see, my avatar is what I used to look like when I was skinny, and I was mentioning before that the diet's gonna take time because, like, I spend, oh, fuck. I spent years eating, just however I wanted, and it was fun. It felt good, but I'm not in as big of a calorie deficit as I'm not going to be probably in as much of a calorie deficit as I was in a calorie surplus before. So, ugh, it might take years to get skinny again. I don't know. I've heard that you can lose a lot of weight on keto really fast, like multiple pounds a week. Um, that just doesn't sound healthy, all things considered. But hopefully it works out. But it takes time to improve yourself. Who knows how long that's gonna take? And I'm probably gonna be a yo-yo dieter. I'm probably gonna be an Oprah Winfrey because I like eating food. Once I'm down to the weight I want to be, probably just gonna start eating normal again until I start getting bigger again. Then go back on a diet. It's not the end of the world. I suppose.
But I think they're crazy.
But yeah, I really like how I look when I'm skinny. Like I really like how I look because I actually, I don't know, I want to be feminine. I want to be girly, and that window looked like it had the wire in it that's meant to make it bulletproof. But all right. I like being skinny, and when I'm skinny, it's easier to look more feminine. You know what I mean? I need to work on my eyebrows too. But I don't know. I guess when I'm wearing like a stuffed bra or something, it fixes it. Having that makes my stomach not as big of a deal. But I also worry sometimes that people might just think that's man boobs because I'm fat. But I've been told they look natural. Nobody's walked up to me and is like, "Hey, nice titch," but
Hello, sir.
people that I'm comfortable enough to have
That'll look nice in the trophy room.
yeah,
Oh, what's that?
body
stand?
crushed. See, that's the thing that I like about Half-Life 1 is not there's some stuff that just wasn't scripted and just turned out how it turned out because the natural conclusion of objects interacting with each other. If you look at my there's this dress that I wear sometimes, this blue dress, and if you look at the video for Cyberspace Interconnect on this channel, the song I made, I was really skinny in that, really cute, girly, and hot. My hair was long. It was really nice, and it's weird they have a loading thing just for that one segment, right? Like that's what's down here? Is there maybe something? No, that's kind of weird. Oh, wrong one. God damn it. And then if you look at the live at the Green Beacon video, that's the same dress. It was really tight on me in that one whenever it was smaller on me in the cyberspace video. I will say, I do think I physically grown. Like, my waist doesn't have a lot of fat around it. And I had to get new pants recently, and I've gone up several sizes. But I don't know, I'm 20. I'm not really gonna be growing anymore. So what's up with that, What's up with that? As the April Fool from the Fairly Odd Parents would say, what's the deal with that? I've never been able to figure out the section other than you have to tank it. I've had people say that you can move stuff, but like, what can I move? That table won't move. That table will not move. Yeah, hopefully I can be skinny again. I look good when I'm skinny. I've had people that have seen me. My ex-roommate was my best friend. He saw us the Cyberspace video and basically said, "Yeah, you do need to lose weight," because he really liked how I look. Guess I appreciate that. Let's go back for the health pack. Yeah, fuck it. So that's that. I got everything off my chest. Well, that's my life. But yeah, living with him, it helped me develop a bit too as far as my tastes go, but it did cause a lot of issues because potentially thousands of dollars in debt, by the way, because we owe the fucking company a bunch of money from cutting off our lease and then also for damages. Damages, most of which I didn't do. Um, Cutting off the lease is, apparently my father, who was a co-signer on the lease, he made a deal with them to get out of it early and not have to pay a shit ton, paid a smaller amount, and they asked us to leave, and I did. There was no eviction. Um, but now they're trying to serve us all these charges, and but the the damages we can't fight because yeah, the place is damaged. Doors are ripped off of their hinges, or holes are punched through walls. Uh, Showers are missing, fucking towel racks. The whole thing. Um, Man. But anyway, see, I'm all over the place, and I don't have another person to hold me in line. He got me into some musicians that I wouldn't have found otherwise, probably. Deftones, which I've heard of them around before. They're the more likely of the two that I would have gotten into, because there's like memes shit about Deftones fans and stuff. But I've gotten into them, and I really like them. They're the kind of music where like I can literally just sit there listening to it and just like stare off into space. I don't even need to like be doing something else, which I normally do. Like I literally, when I first heard them, I just sat on his couch and stared at the wall and the album cover. And it was fun. And then another person, Lil Darky, the rapper, who I only like about half his music. But the half I do like, I really like, because he's not. I mean, he is like lay SoundCloud rapper or whatever, but he also is more of a punk than most people who call themselves punk rockers. He's like actually making political points, and um, some of his music is more like rock. But a lot of his music is like almost there. It reminds me sometimes of Talk Show Boy, another musician I like, pretty obscure uh, Australian artist.
My God, what are you doing?
Kill this scientist. That guy is safe. You're welcome. You would have both died otherwise.
Power
Um,
35%.
but not quite. You know what I mean? It's not quite Talk Show Boy. And that's the thing is, I love most of Lil Darky's music, and the stuff doesn't that doesn't hit the mark for me is so close to being there. You know what I mean? Like just barely. And also, if his music portrays his real personality, then I would be great friends with him because I'm in this weird area where I am like lay stereotypical edgy white boy, but I'm also like a genuinely open-minded person. Like there's
You
some shit
still
that
say
people
there's
believe
nothing to
nowadays. It's
chaos
fucking
theory?
stupid, and I'll admit it's fucking stupid. But I'm accepting of things that aren't fucking retarded. You know what I mean? And that's like I can say retarded, and it's not the end of the world. I'm not like, oh, you said the R word. But at the same time, if someone was genuinely being a dick to someone with a disability, at this point, I might just try to kick their ass. And that's weird to say because I'm a coward, right? I'm a fucking pussy when it comes to pain. But I've been getting angrier and more aggressive, and I didn't speak up when I should have when I was living with my roommate, and that's, I don't know. I need to stop being a coward because I have very strong opinions. I have very strong beliefs and a strong sense of morality that I continually fail to live up to. You know what I mean? If I was not me, I would look at myself and call that person a coward and a piece of shit, and I need to stop living like that. And one of Lil Darky's songs, he talks about exactly that. And goddamn, man, it hit close to home.
I'm not so sure I want to go to the surface. What if the world
But
finds
yeah,
out what we were doing down
he very much seems like someone I could get along with as a real person. As far as the rest of his group Spider Gang goes, not so much. I've listened to MK Ultra, wasn't really my thing. Most of the songs he does with other people aren't really my thing. I don't really know what his most recent music is either, so it might be that I only like his old stuff, because mainly I listen to his album Swamp, and Big War is a good, like, his political stuff, you know what I mean? But also sometimes he does the annoying thing that so many people nowadays do, where it's just like, weed, I smoke drugs and weeds, oh, I'm smoking, like in the song Holocaust, right? Oh, smoking gas in my chambers like the Holocaust. Like, whoa, man, you smoke weed, you do drug, that's fucking OMG, man. It's fucking. I'm not a conservative, alright? I am pro drug right. I think people should be able to do whatever they want with their body. But fuck stoners, dude. I'm so tired of stoners and people that make smoking weed their only personality trait. Or like, it's always like, hey man, you smoke? You want to hang out? Okay, man, you want to smoke sometime? No, I don't want to smoke. I'm not a fucking degenerate. Okay, I'm getting a little heated. Mostly it's that people are annoying about it. You know what I mean? I've tried smoking weed. I accidentally smoked some synthetic shit. Don't know what it was to this very day, but it fucked me up. It fucked me up in a way that I'll never recover from. All right, and people don't care. A lot of people just try to get me to smoke with them again anyway. I smoked once since then. I've smoked one time where I was actually smoking since then, and not like a one time, like one hit, and then I'm like, OMG, I can't do this. And it doesn't really seem to affect me. Like, I don't feel much different. But I don't know, it gets annoying. You know what I mean? I'm much more of a drinker, but I actually have fun when I drink, mostly because I do it in moderation. I'm not an alcoholic. I only drink when I'm already having a good time, so I just continue to have a good time, and it makes me more sociable. It makes me more charismatic, more funny. People seem to like me more. I seem to like myself more. Lord knows, anyone that knows me knows I hate myself. Uh, as much as I don't think I'd be good friends with him, I feel a very deep kinship to someone like Dan Harmon. When you're combination, when the people you feel at home with are Dan Harmon and Lil Darky, there's something wrong with you. But I hope I can find people like that, people out there who, don't got a problem with gay people. They think it's fucked up to, you know, cause shit for someone because it's something they can't control about themselves. They see the cracks in the political system and how people are bribed, how our politicians basically commit treason on a regular basis every single day. The system we're in is fucking evil. But they're not overly sensitive bitches about stupid shit, and they don't believe random retarded shit that they require us to also believe in. But when I say I was sensitive, I'm like an emotionally sensitive person. Like, hey, don't be mean to me, and a physically sensitive person. Like, hey, don't hit me. It hurts. But I'm not. When someone says something that upsets me or offends me, I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, you take that back," or like I don't know. I can be sensitive about stuff, but not in the same way. I don't know. I'm not a libtard. I'm a leftist. God, the people that use left and liberal interchangeably do not understand either of those. God damn, it hurt to see how much of our population is just completely, utterly moronic. Me scratching my balls while shooting, so I can't back up. Great. But yeah, how much of our population is completely and utterly moronic and actively, you know, for me, whenever I say left and right, what that means to me, because everyone has their own definitions of shit, is people on the left care about workers' rights and democracy in the workplace, and people on the right care about rich people exploiting poor people. Like, I'm on the side of poor people. I'm on the side of my people. People that have to work for a living, people that want control over their own lives but can't because Henry Ford, he owns the factory, right? Well, here's a fucking secret. All of the workers would be better off if they collectively owned the factory. if they voted on the shit that happened in their workplace, all Henry Ford does is skim shit off the top. Angry punk rocker moment. Also, if anybody wants to make music together, I'm down for that. I love singing. I can't do any instruments, but I love singing, and I've been told I'm pretty good at it. Yeah, that same roommate once told me that I sounded better than the actual singer for a song that I sang for him. That made my day. Man, I want to eat. I'm hungry. I want to eat after I'm finished recording this, but like, what am I going to, what am I gonna eat? You know, I'm gonna have to actually cook shit. It's gonna take time. Well, I only got so much time in the night. After I get out of this freezer, I'm probably gonna call this a recording session. Sorry for all that rambling, but you know what you signed up for. If you made it this far, thanks. I don't know how many people will care to watch a video of a dude complaining the whole time, especially with the gameplay kind of being a background thing. But if you enjoyed it, thank you. That segment always frustrated me because you basically have to go back down. There's no way to like plan ahead. Nope, that's on me. That's on me. I get it. That's on me. I like something that they do in this they don't do in the other Half-Life games is that, am I hitting it? Yeah. I said the other Half-Life games is if there's a shit ton of them. In the Half-Life 1 era games, your flashlight snaps. It also goes further. I feel like it doesn't go that far in the newer games. It snaps to objects that are slightly off, like an enemy if it moves around a bit. Which is pretty nice. I got this without getting hit. Yes. Again, Half-Life 1 was just better in my opinion than Half-Life 2. You know, that's how it be. Gary's mod. I love Gary's mod. It's like a little toy box. I spend most of my time in Gary's mod sorting my mods though. I don't know, it's kind of embarrassing to play with toys, even if it's virtual nowadays. I want to play with some other people, you know, like RP, play pretend stuff. I'm probably autistic. I want to play pretend as an adult. Any other adults want to play pretend in a video game with me? Like and comment if you want to do that. Okay, I'm out of the freezer. Let's call this a recording session. See y'all later.